Cloud computing is not new to us. It has been in the market since decades, but it has been transforming the way we make our applications and deploy them. In the recent years, the cloud computing market has boomed a lot. As you can see in this stat, it is said to expect to grow to $330 billion in 2020, and it's booming like anything. In the recent years, there has been a rapid shift from traditional server-based systems to the cloud-based scalable architecture, and the key reason being the pay-as-you-go model of the cloud computing systems. And if you're a software developer, you will end up using some or the other service of cloud computing in some or the other way. Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing great. I am Hrishikesh Suslade, a software developer by profession and a learner by heart. And today I'm going to talk about cloud computing services that you should know as a software developer. So today I'm going to cover some important cloud computing services. I'll be covering these resources with respect to the AWS stack that is suitable to you. You can use GCP or Microsoft Azure or something else, whichever you're comfortable with. So let's get started. Amazon EC2, or you can say Elastic Compute Cloud. It's more widely known as EC2 instances. So EC2 is like a virtual computer to which you can SSH, do your processing, and it's very much widely used and it has lots of application. The main reason behind its popularity is it's very much similar to the server that we have. You get a computer instance that is virtually allocated to you. You can do all the things that you can do on a Linux instance just by doing it virtually. The thing is, a lot of legacy systems still use that kind of systems where they take a system, do all their processing in that system. So that's why EC2 is very much popular. But the biggest disadvantage about EC2 is its cost. So let's say your instance runs for completely 1 hour, you will have to pay for 1 hour only. Even if in actual it's active only for 10 to 15 minutes, but you will have to pay for 1 hour. That's why EC2 is a bit expensive, but it's very much popular in the legacy systems. So that's why this is very much important and one of the starting blocks of cloud computing services. Moving to the next one, S3. So S3 stands for Simple Storage Service by Amazon. So what S3 is, it's like a Google Drive but on a cloud. This is like in layman terms the explanation about S3. In S3 you can store your files, your blob objects, your images, any kind of data that you want to store, you can store it on S3. S3 can also be used to create static websites. One of my friends used S3 to host his static portfolio website and he set up that website within hours. So that's how easy it is to use S3. So this is one of the cool and nice services that I like to use a lot in AWS stack. So do check this one out. Also, I have linked all these documentations and also some tutorial videos to all the services that I'm mentioning in this video. So you can check those out, get to know how these services work and how you can apply in their own applications. So you can check out the links in the description. Moving ahead. So Lambda is a serverless application, serverless service. So what is a serverless thing is, it's on-demand computation. So in EC2 you are getting a whole computer, whole instance, and the processing was happening as and when the request came in, but you had to pay for as long as the instance was up. Whereas in Lambdas you pay only for the period when you receive a request. So let's say my application receives a request only once in 1 hour, so I'll pay only for that period of time and not for the 1 hour. So I save a lot of money in this system. So this is an on-demand way of computing. So on-demand compute is what Lambda is. So that's why Lambdas are the future of cloud computing computes. Moving ahead. AWS step functions. A lot of time what we do in our applications is there are a lot of things involved in our applications. It's not just like we are just computing thing. We need to store the data also. We need to send notifications to other services also. And that is a bit tricky task. That's where AWS step functions come in. AWS step function is like orchestration of various events. So let's say if you punch in your credit card for a transaction, the credit card first it will verify your PIN with the database. If it's true, then it will move ahead, deduct the amount, send a notification to you and the receiver, and that's how everything works. So it's like a workflow that you are looking at, and this is where step functions come in. Step functions helps you orchestrate workflows similar to this. It has a start, it has an end, you can loop, you can do a lot of things, you can branch on conditions, you can just wait for timeouts, you can wait for retries. There are lots of things that you can do with AWS step function, and it helps you orchestrate your application very nicely. So this is a very nice application that I really like, and you should really check this one out. Moving to the next one, IAM roles. IAM roles are very much important. These are related to each and every services. So what exactly are IAM roles? They manage the identity of each and every services. They manage which resource can access which resource of other services. So let's say you have service A and you have service B. Service A wants to access the database of service B, but it can't access them directly. You need to give the service A the access of the database of service B. So this is where IAM roles come in. IAM roles say, okay, service B can have the access of my database. That's why IAM roles are very much important. There's a lot of misconception about IAM roles when a fresher comes in. So that's why I'll really suggest to you all guys to clearly understand what exactly are IAM roles, what they can do and what they can't do. So do go through the documentation and the tutorials very nicely to understand what exactly are IAM roles. Moving to the next one, CDK. CDK is one of the best cloud computing services that I have come across. The best part about it is you write the code and the infrastructure will be ready for you. So this concept is known as infrastructure as a code. So what happens exactly is you write in a code what kind of resources you want. You want a EC2 instance, you want a ECS cluster, you want a Fargate instance, you want a VPC stack with this configuration. Just write whatever you want in a form of code and push it. AWS will process it, create a cloud formation stack, and you will get all the resources that you want. How that too configured to the minute details. So why it is beneficial actually is, the main reason behind this is, so let's say you are a product or based company. You have lots of stages. You have alpha stage, beta stage, prod stage for different regions. And if you keep on configuring these resources manually, what will happen is you have to go to each and every AWS account, manually configure these resources, create these resources, and if there's a change, you'll have to go to each and every account and do the changes again. But with the help of CDK, you can just write the code, push it, define the conditions. Okay, these are the conditions for prod, these are the conditions for gamma stage, and it will take care of everything. It will create the resources for you within seconds. That's why CDK is like a game changer when it comes to managing large scale resources, and especially when you have different stacks for different regions. So do check this resource also out. Moving to the next one, VPCs. So VPC is a virtual private cloud. This has a lot to do with how your service will be accessed. So that's why this is a lot of your networking knowledge comes into play. You create subnets, you create virtual private clouds, you create VPC endpoints, you create hosted zones, you create record sets. So all these things comes into play when you configure your VPCs. And it's very much important when as this is a lot of a security perspective of your services. So having a good understanding of networking will really help you in this thing. There's nothing lot to learn. If you have good knowledge about your networking skills, then you can easily apply them. You have to just configure them and then you're good to go. So your networking skills will help you understand what exactly you need to do in VPCs. Moving to the last one, Amazon Dynamo DB. Dynamo DB is a NoSQL database provided by AWS. So if you have worked with MongoDB, it's very much easy for you to work with Dynamo DB. It's very easy to use, it's very durable, it's highly available, and it's easy to use. So do check out your Dynamo DB. And when it comes to the AWS stack, Dynamo DBs are my go-to resource for creating and storing data. So, well, these are some important cloud computing services that you should know as a software developer. Also, do check out the links that I have mentioned in the description section, where I have linked the documentation and some tutorial videos links which I personally used to learn these services and how understand what we can do and how we can integrate them in our applications. So I guess that will help you a lot in understanding how to use these services. That's all I had for you guys in this video. And before you leave, I have one thing to tell you. I have launched my book and it's come right now available on Amazon. More than 5,000 people got that book for free, and now it's available on Amazon for just 14 rupees. This is a discounted price, so if you haven't got your hands on that book till now, I'll really suggest you to go to Amazon and get the book at this discounted price. And yes, don't forget to post a rating and leave a nice review if you have liked and learned from that book. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day, stay safe, and bye.